I'm Jamie McDonald. Join me as we celebrate small businesses that make New York so unique. These New York Originals. Halloween comes and goes every year, then you don't really think about it. That is, unless you're one family in Richmond Hill, Queens, who've been in the costume business for over 50 years, becoming the largest of their kind in the world. It's Rubie's Costume Company. Rubie's Costumes has never forgotten its roots. They still work out of their Richmond Hill, Queens facility after becoming an international company.
Now, in addition to being a family business, today Rubie's operates in 15 countries and has 2,600 employees around the world.
Retailers come from around the world to see their latest offerings at their wholesaler showroom in Manhattan, affectionately known as the Halloween Tower. Now with the third generation joining its ranks, Rubie's began in the family home in Woodhaven, Queens.
My mother and father started the company back in 1951. It was started as a novelty company that sold mostly tricks and jokes, and eventually it started to get calls for costumes. They started to actually manufacture themselves.
Today, Rubie's has thousands of items at every price range.
We produce over 10,000 items for Halloween, and approximately 20% of our line is brand new every single year.
Rubie's is putting out new costumes all the time, inspired by everything from hit movies, classic Halloween characters, to people in the news. All of their costume lines are created by in-house designers, many who come from Manhattan's fashion industry.
What you're looking at right now is one of our designers actually working with one of the sample makers to explain how the costume prototype should be made, how the sample should be produced, what it should look like.
And with so much U.S. manufacturing going overseas these days, Rubie's is committed to keeping some of those jobs here.
Yes, we have 2,600 employees worldwide, but 2,100 of them are based here in the United States.
Amazingly, much of that work is still done in their Richmond Hill factory, a place buzzing with activity.
In this factory, each sewing operator is able to produce between 20 and 40 per day. And as you can see, this factory actually goes all year long. It's 12 months a year. Everybody's here, and many of our sewing operators here have been here for many, many years. They remember me as a kid growing up.
And with keeping with their family company principles, sewers start at 7:30 in the morning so they can be home for their children after school. Keeping their employees happy is a smart move, for this is far from a seasonal business.
I can tell you that our business requires 365 days a year of work. First of all, we're supplying the U.S. market, of course, for holidays such as Halloween, such as Christmas, New Year's, St. Patty's Day, Easter, summer luau, so patriotic holidays. We do lots and lots of costumes. In England, we wind up doing costumes for fancy dress parties.
But their bread and butter will always be Halloween, which over the last 20 years has become big business.
Halloween has changed quite a bit over the years. Somewhere in the very early 80s, there were all these Halloween scares out there about razors and apples and everything else. And for a few years, Halloween started to move indoors. These better costumes became very popular because if you were sending your children to a party and they were competing for a prize, you generally chose not to send them in a $3.99 plastic costume. So Halloween became a little bit more competitive and a little bit more fashion-orientated.
Over the years, trends come and go, especially in politics.
Pretty much you can see which are the biggest selling political masks for Halloween. It's a good indication of who's going to win the election.
And they are always working on new technology. While we were there, they gave us a sneak peek.
And this is one of our newest examples of one of our newest technologies that when worn, as the person just moves their face in a natural way, this mask will move with them.
And as Rubie's keeps its eye on the future, the company always remembers its roots.
I think my mother and father would marvel at it is a company that employs 2,600 people worldwide, and is still a family company run with family values.
Now, if you'd like your own genuine Rubie's costume, you're in luck. They're everywhere. Most major retailers like Target and Kmart stock them.